My name is Chandana. Today I am here to present my business intelligence subject assignment, which is based on a Tableau to build a dashboard for a company, ZipKart, Indian quick commerce platform. Here for this particular assignment, I have created a two CSV data sets, which is for one is for an employee and another one is for a customer order. Let me show you the data set description before moving to the Tableau. Here I have created these two data set from scratch. These are generated using dataset generation platforms. Here the first file is a zipkart employee.csv which has 220 rows and 17 columns. It contains details about each employee like their email, like employee ID, name, gender, age, department, role, city, state, region, salary, performance, and all, and training hours, date, and all. I have also included this latitude and longitude column for a map plotting. Here the second file shows the order data sets. As we can see here, order id order order id, order level data like a date, month, quarter, year, city, product, category, revenue, cost, delivery days, and all. Then these both files were generated using Python, where we can generate the data set using ctgan or particular generative data set algorithms. No external template or a pre-existing data set were used. Together they have total of 470 rows of a realistic Indian business data. Here, moving on to the next Tableau, as we can see here the data source. In the data source I have, as I mentioned, I have two CSV which are integrated. Which one first one is a zipkart employee.csv and another one is order CSV. Here, moving on to the each sheet, let me explain each sheet one by one. The first one which I created here is the first one, employee headcount by department. Here, before moving on to this, I have calculated some of the fields, like for a profit margin percentage. Here, the formula will be like revenue minus cost divided by the revenue multiplied by 100. This particular formula gives us the profit percentage for each order. Here I used this particular profit margin in the map tool, so we can see the city wise probability on a over. Then the second is an attrition flag. The formula says if attrition equals yes, then value is 1, else value is 0. A if statement is given. And this converts the text of yes or no into a number so that I can count and sum the iterations. Then the third field is a performance category. It uses an if condition. If the performance score is 4 or above, average performer, otherwise a low performer. I use this as an x-axis on my attrition chart. Will show. The fourth is a revenue per item. Simply revenue divided by the number of items will give us the average value per product in an order. The fifth is a salary band. It classifies the employee into a senior band, mid band, and a junior band based on their particular salary. Then we'll show you each sheet first. Here we can see this particular sheet is an employee headcount by department. We can see this bar chart here. It shows the number of employees within each particular department. As we can see, delivery department has highest headcount, which is of 37, and while a finance have number of headcount is 25. This is uh, this is arranged in a descending order. The bars are sorted, as I told, with a descending order with the labels on top. Then moving on to the next, salary distribution. As we can see, the salary is distributed. This is the box and whisker plot showing a salary distribution across the different departments. The box shows the middle 50% of a salaries and the line shows the full range. Technology has an highest median salary over of 75,000 rupees per month, with some outliers going above 2.5 lakh. Delivery has the same lowest salary range. Then moving on to the attrition analysis, we can see the attrition analysis here. Here, this is a stacked bar chart, shows the attrition across the three performance group. The blue portion represents an employee with an no attrition, which means who stays. The orange portion represent an attrition of yes, which means who are likely to leave. Then highest performers have a least have almost least or no attrition. Then moving on to the revenue by the category, this particular shows how exactly is revenue calculated based on the product category. As we can see, the product category of electronics having an high revenue, and product category of snacks and beverages have a revenue INR of less. This is also sorted using descending order to show how exactly this which has high and which has low. Moving on to the next monthly revenue trend. This particular sheet shows that the monthly revenue trend based on the quarter, as I mentioned in the order.csv, which has a quarters. Based on that, it gives this particular monthly revenue trend based on the revenue with respect to that particular month and year. Then moving on to the delivery versus rating, this gives the customer rating versus delivery time graph. As we can see, if delivery days with a 2 is having an average customer rating of 4.031, and that based on the product category also. If for a delivery days with an electronics is having a delivery days of 2 with an average customer rating of 3.875 with a revenue of this much, like this it will show. Then moving on to the Indian city map, as we can see, this is an Indian city map geographically showing the revenue and the profit margin across the 12 Indian state. The size of each bubble represent the revenue. Larger bubble means more revenue. The color gradient grows from yellow for a lower profit to red for higher profit. City names are labeled on this map. If I over on any particular, will show latitude, longitude with a profit margin and also a revenue INR. And it also shows the exact profit margin percentage, which I explained. Then moving on to the employee analysis dashboard. As we can see, this is an employee analysis dashboard. Here I have added a global filter for which I consider the region 1, and we can see the employee summary table which shows what are all the departments are present in the employee.csv and what are all the salary according to their department and attrition rate with an head count. And as I explained, this is an employee account by department, salary distribution department, and attrition by performance category. This is a revenue and profit across Indian cities. Moving on to the next, which is a performance company dashboard. Here also I have added a region as this is the global filter. Here the region I considered. Then we can see the revenue by a product category, which shows the company performance, and also monthly revenue trend. And this is the customer rating, which provides a performance for a company, and this is the revenue and a profit margin across the Indian city, as I explained. Moving on to the next, here I have created a ZipKart BI story. First, as we can see here, I have added first one is an ZipKart employee analysis dashboard, which I showed you. Then moving on to the next is a ZipKart business performance revenue trends and a city analysis for a company performance dashboard, and this is the geographical insights. And here is the conclusion based on this particular analysis. We can say that the Bangalore and the Mumbai generate the high revenue. Electronic is a top revenue category with almost uh, INR of 3.88 lakh, and low performance have high attrition, which HR must act. Then delivery within a 2 days gives 4.2 plus rating. This is also based on the particular product category and anymore. Then here in this particular Zipcart company performance dashboard, we can see one key insight is that electronics drives the highest revenue, and Q4, that is the quarter 4, shows the peak sales, that is the faster delivery gives a better rating, as I explained. Then moving on to the next year, for this particular employee analysis, we can see one key insight is the technology department has an highest salary, attrition peaks among the lowest performance. If a performance is low, attrition will be high. That's it. Thank you.